Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. So, yesterday we learned about how blockchain works on a high level and in a visual way. So, today we're going to go a step further and learn how signing happens on the blockchain. Because, and the way to explain to you is, let's say, let's go to tokens here. So we have a lot of blocks here. We have a lot of transactions. One person, because we already learned about mining. So what if someone can come here, let's say the latest block here, and here there's a transaction from Dennis to Edmund, and I just go back here and then I make some changes. I make some changes and I mine. It's going to be a valid block, of course, but as we also spoke about consensus. So other nodes are not going to agree, but here, oh, what is happening here? So it will still be a valid block, even though it's wrong. But since there's consensus algorithm, it's going to protect it. So here now we're just going to go a level further and learn about how do I actually sign my transaction? How do blockchain know that you are actually the owner of the crypto that you are sending? So how they do that is there's a term called that you should know, the key pairs. So every wallet comes in key pairs. So you have your private key, and then you have your public key. Your public key is what everyone can see. Yesterday we saw in Upper Ledger, so you can see all the transactions, and you can see the public keys from every transaction that has ever happened. But your private key is what belongs to you, what you keep safe. Because if you lose your private keys, you will lose access to your crypto. And also, when you create a wallet, thumbs up anybody who's here who hasn't created the wallet before. Thumbs up if you have never created a crypto wallet. Okay, it looks like everyone has before. Okay, that's very good. So you can see, so once you create a crypto wallet, you have what we call seed phrases. It can either be 12 words or 24 words. You can derive a private key from that, but there's no ways you can derive a private key using a public key. So a private key can be any random number. And when you look, as I type this number, you can see a public key. So there is a way to derive a public key from a private key. So, but it does not work the other way around. So now let's go to step 2. How does signing actually happen? So here, let me just let me reload this. Oh, something. Let me get a random private key. Okay, so here I have a random private key, and then I have a public key here. So I'm going to sign a message. So let me just write Ben, and then I sign my message. So whenever I sign my message, then you're going to see a message signature. And I can use that. So this signature can be verified by anybody to verify that this message was indeed signed by the person who owns this private key. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'll copy the message signature and I'll go and verify. So this is a signature and there's a public key. So basically, to verify it, I'm checking if this message was indeed signed by the person who has this public key and owns this private key. And remember, a private key is private, belongs to a person. So now when I click verify, so it's valid. So this basically shows that this message was signed by the private key that owns this public key. And let me go a step further. So now we're going to use blockchain terms like a transaction. So let's say I sent $20 from a public key. So this is a public key. The person who has this public key sending it to the other person. And this is a private key that belongs to this person. So here I'm the owner of this wallet and I want to sign my transactions. So here I sign, and since I have access to my private key and I have access to my funds, then I can sign successfully, and then I'm going to get a message signature. So now this signature is what's going to be used by nodes to prove that you indeed signed that valid transaction. So it was just not anybody, like it wasn't just anybody who did that. So we can also verify here. So this was a valid signature. Like if I can make if I can make a change here, so this is a signature that does not even exist. I just made it up, so it's going to be invalid. And I can also make changes here, and it's also going to be invalid because it does not correspond with the signature. Because from the signature, I know that $20 was sent from this person to that person. Now, if I change the public key here, then this is just invalid information, and it's also going to be null. Okay, I'm going to pause a bit. Is anybody confused? Is anyone confused so far? Okay, so we move on to the blockchain. So here is similar to what we had yesterday, but the only difference is here the signatures that were added to further to go to the next level of understanding on how blockchain works. So here there's a signature. You can see there's a transaction, and here we're not using names. We're using addresses, like $7 from this address to that address, and then you see a signature, and you see this address to that address for $4, and then you see a signature. So let me make some changes. Let's say I change. I'll put a $6, or maybe I'll put $20. I wanna try to hack the system, and even if I'm hacking, I'm only hacking one node here, and I turn the $7 into a $20. So the signature will be invalid. So I can even try to mine it. Let me mine it. Similar to what we did previously. So I mine, and you will see a valid block, but the signature will be invalid. So yeah, so that's what's going to happen. It's just taking it's lagging. So this signature will be invalid because I changed some information here. Okay, so now for the people, for those who haven't installed a wallet before, I'm going to show you where to install Stellar Wallet. I prefer Friter. You can find it from this website, friter.app. Let me just copy. So in friter.app, that's where you're going to be able to install your browser, your wallet. And once you install it, you will see 12-word seed phrase. And you have to keep it somewhere, keep it safe. And once you've kept your seed phrase safe, then you can create your password, and you'll have this. Or should I show a demo from scratch? Mukhtar, are you here?
Yeah, I think that'll look.
Okay, so let me just
The demo will be pretty cool.
remove this. Let me start afresh. So I remove. Okay, so I download the extension. Okay, that's Chrome. Okay. Okay, now I have it. Let me pin it, or let me pin it. Okay, now I'm going to create a wallet. Okay, password. Okay. Okay, now this part here, that's where you're going to see your seed phrases. Okay, so nice. So these are the seed phrases that you keep, never lose it. So you write it somewhere. Motion, poverty, measure, clap, build, Latin, alcohol, uniform, loan, pound, river, pay. Okay, so I wrote my seed phrase. I'll save it somewhere. Now I just have to select them in order. So it's motion, poverty, measure, clap. So this you don't share with anybody. I'm just sharing for demo purpose. Build, Latin, alcohol, pound, river, no, I got it wrong. So it's a motion. So I made a mistake somewhere. So I'm just gonna start all over. So motion, poverty, measure, clap, build, Latin, alcohol, uniform, loan, pound, river, pay. Okay, so I have that sorted. Now I have my wallet. And I don't know if you've finished reading the third slide. The third slide speaks about the mainnet, testnet, futurenet. So this is where you select them. Oh no, you can't see, it's private. You can't see my wallet, right? No, you can't see it. So it's private. So I can't really demo it, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But I'm pretty sure I'll get the demo somewhere and share in the group. But anyway, I have my wallet here. I also wanted to show you transactions in action. What a bummer. You know what? I wanted to show you transaction in action, but unfortunately I cannot share my wallet. But what we can do now, I can just ask Mukta Mukta, you have your wallet, right?
Yeah, I do.
Just share your wallet, and we're going to see like before and after. So you have your wallet, and then I'm going to test on your test net, and I'm going to send you some XLM, and then we see it on chain. We share the transaction hash, and we see it on chain as well. Can we do
Okay,
that?
perfect. Yeah, just give me a second to find a Google browser. And then I think my freighter is here and I can give you an address.
Okay.
Oh, it's on. Now you're asking the right questions. Which browser did I use to set this up?
But does anybody here have a freighter wallet? Anyone here?
Yes, I
That's fine.
do.
I can just get it.
Already set it up.
Oh, cool.
Velo, is yours ready? Like, is it ready?
It seems so. It's telling me that I need to start using the account. I must fund it with at least one XLM.
Yes, yes, yes. So go to the test net. Can you go? There's like a globe icon on the top left corner
Yeah, and then
and
test net.
select test net.
That was the pink icon, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
and then
then go down, you're going to see at the bottom, there's a purple button written fun with friend bot.
yes, I see that.
And if you do that, it's going to fund you with 10,000 test XLM that you can use for testing transactions. And also when you are developing your smart contract on the test net.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have the 10,000 lumens already.
Okay. Can you share your address on the group?
So if I go click copy address, it's going to copy the one for the test net, right?
Yeah, so yes, so your address is both your test net and your mainnet address. You use the same address. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is Velo's address. So we're going to see it on the test net. Oh, this is the mainnet. Okay, this is the mainnet. So let me just reload it. So let me go Stellar Expert. Yeah. So here on the Stellar Expert network, you'll see public, and you see public here, and you see testnet. So here, I paste this address, and the only reason we don't see its address not found is because your mainnet does not have XLM. Your mainnet needs to have at least one XLM to be activated on the mainnet. But right now you just activated it on the testnet. You get it?
Yes, yes, I get that.
So that's why we don't see it there, but we'll see it on the mainnet.
What I just did, I clicked on the 10,000 lumens, and then it showed me a link to Stellar Expert, and then it sent me to a screen such as the one you have right now. And then when I pasted the what is this? The address, it then showed me an account.
Yeah, because now we see you have 10,000, and it shows when your wallet was created, 12 Feb 23 past 5, and it shows that there's no transactions because the only transaction that you had was this first one. I got a starting balance of 10,000 XLM, and we see all that information. So this is UTC time. So yeah, 2 hours behind. Okay, so now I'm going to send you. You can see this transaction there's only one transaction here. So I'm going to send you some XLM, and we're going to see it on the chain. Unfortunately, you cannot see my wallet. So send XLM to this address. I'll paste your address. And I'm going to send 1,000. Send. Okay, I just sent.
Oh, the balance is updated to 11,000. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is a transaction interest. Yeah, this is a transaction hash. Let me just copy the whole thing. The transaction hash where you can see everything here. So let's go back to, you can see that GCZ, which is my address, sent 1000 XLM to GCDC, Velo's address. And I can even click Velo's address and then see all the transactions. So you see now there's a transaction here. And if you check my address, you see that there's two total payments that I've done so far. One is I guess the fees that was charged, and what I sent to Mvelo. Yeah, so far this makes sense, right? Oh yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you. Before I let you go, does anybody have any question based on what you've learned so far? Yes, Miles?
Hi. Does Stellar have like gas like Ethereum, or is it just the transaction fee that you pay for every transaction? It doesn't vary.
Correct. So yes, transaction fees. It also has fees for contract, like when you're creating a smart contract. There's fee for that. Also for storage, like the data that you're gonna be storing on your smart contract. And because there's different type of storage in Stellar smart contract. There's like long-term storage. You pay a bit more fees than short-term storage, but we get more on that later. Yeah, but you do pay transaction fees.
Cool. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with what you guys gonna be doing next week. So let me just share it. So this website. So this is where you're going to learn Rust. Let me share with you here. I'm also going to share it on the group. So this is a 4-hour Rust programming course, but of course it's gonna take you more than 4 hours. Here you're going to learn the basic, you're going to learn the syntax. It will go hand in hand with the classes that we're going to be having next week. So here there's going to be some exercises as well to help you understand how to code using Rust, and it's beginner friendly. So this is what you're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks. And you can actually start this weekend. You know, the earlier the better. Yeah, it's a very beautiful course. Any questions? Mukhtar, anything you wanna add?
No, I think you did a stellar job. I don't think there's anything I need to add. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so yes, guys, thank you for joining us. Tonight was very short, but I'm also gonna leave you with more time to finish up the first week and also get ready for Rust programming basics. That's it for tonight.
Cool. Night, guys.
Cool. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.